Hello, and thank you for your questions for February. The February question and answer. There are only 4 today, so this will be pretty brief. So the first question is, do I believe that the husband should lead the household? Yes, 100%. This is part of God's design, just like the church is part of God's design. And I don't believe that women, shouldn't have careers. I don't believe that women, shouldn't be going out into the workforce or be leaders. But the husband does lead the household. He is the leader, and that's what he was called to do. And the wives are also called to be homemakers, take care of the babies, take care of the house. While we can share those roles, God definitely designated specific roles, and this is how a husband and wife work so well together. Moose, don't eat that. The next question is, am I taking creatine? I said something about taking it. So I have been taking it since I last mentioned it, probably a full month now. And I have also been incorporating some carb cycling. So I don't know what this is attributed to, but I have hit some massive PRs. I'm talking like 20 pounds heavier than my old personal record. That's been going on for a couple weeks now. And the carb cycling is just kind of an intuitive thing. I definitely don't go overboard with it. It's just incorporating some berries and maybe sweet potato, and I'll talk about that as I continue to experiment. I want to get some really good data before I even open my mouth. I want to be sure that it's something that's really benefiting me. As for the creatine, I feel like it has enhanced my focus. Creatine is not just for building muscle or creating more energy, it's really good for your mind. So I definitely feel the effects of it. So I take it in the pre-workout by Equip Foods, and then I also got some creatine from Amazon for days that I want to take it after I work out. My discount code for Equip Foods is tailored, and it tastes really good, and it's not very stimulating or anything like that. It is a pre-workout, the one by Equip Foods, but it's not super stimulating, and I've been enjoying it. So I will continue to take it because I know that there are so many benefits to creatine. As for the carbs, I don't want to say what I'm going to continue to do because I feel best eating low carb. I definitely feel best eating animal foods because that's where all my nutrients are. Now, when I am hitting PRs and lifting really, really heavy, I am depleting glycogen faster than my body can replace it with fat. It has to be replaced, and that happens through gluconeogenesis. This is when the liver creates glucose for the body by demand. And so if I'm lifting heavy on a regular basis, that could actually end up in excess gluconeogenesis. And I'm talking really heavy, like to failure. And so that's my main approach by using carbs, is to offset that gluconeogenesis, because excess gluconeogenesis can raise your cortisol and not be so good for your hormones. It's definitely a very particular thing. It's something that I'm being very specific about, and it's been cool just to try new things. It's good to know that I can eat carbs without becoming addicted to them, because they really used to be so addictive for me. Like, I couldn't stop eating them before, and now it's actually pretty hard to eat them. They're very filling, which I never thought I would say. So on those days that I do eat carbs, I always eat my protein first. I always pair it with animal fat and protein. I'm not replacing these with the nutrients I'm getting. I'm just adding them as a supplement to help replenish that glycogen and reduce cortisol. So that's been going pretty well. The creatine has been going well. I plan on taking it long term. Next question is, if someone doesn't have access to eating bones, how could they get calcium other than dairy? So that would be eggshell powder. You can make eggshell powder. You just bake the eggshells and then you blend them into a powder. And I think you take like 1 teaspoon or 2 teaspoons. You can Google it, eggshell powder. That's a really good source of calcium. The last question, did I have any fear foods when I started carnivore? This person said that they fear dairy even though they feel like their body is craving it sometimes. When I started carnivore, I wouldn't say that I had fear foods, but I had foods that I knew I didn't feel good eating, such as pork and chicken, and so I didn't really consume them. I also didn't like the idea of eating dairy long term. I know that it can be inflammatory, but I did eat it because it helped me to gain weight. It was hyper palatable, and so I used it for myself to get to my goal of gaining weight, and then I cut it out after about 2 months. So fear foods, I wouldn't say fear foods, because when I went carnivore, it was really a conviction from God. I felt like God was calling me to surrender keto, surrender my idols, surrender my idea of what's perfect for me, what's best for me, and this sense of control. And in that surrender, I received critical thinking skills again. It's like a light bulb turned on, and I had wisdom and understanding. And it's like, I have knowledge about carnivore. I know why it works for people. So I think that understanding, and then also knowing that I was laying up my idols and I was trusting God. With that trust comes surrendering of fear. And that's where I draw the line. Like, if I'm going to do this thing, I can't be living in fear. I had to live in faith, and I definitely stepped over from that fear to faith. I think that answers all the questions. Since this is such a short video, I wanted to encourage you guys to think about your New Year's resolutions that you made a month ago and ask yourself, are you working towards that goal, or have you not even started? And what do you need do you need support? Because I think that most people give up after the first 2 weeks, and I hate to see that. So comment below if you are hitting your goals or if you need more support, and just think about it. What do I need? Do I need to put it in the calendar? Do I need to create accountability? Every new day is a new chance to create good habits. Every day is a chance to be 1% more accountable than you were yesterday. So I'd be interested to see what you guys are doing with your New Year's goals. I think that's all. And I hope you guys have a great day. Hey you guys, my spring retreat is coming up. It's May 11 through 16 at North Myrtle Beach. We're gonna have Dr. Robert Kiltz and Dr. Lisa Wiedemann. They are incredible, very knowledgeable, wonderful carnivores. And this is an intimate setting, no more than 25 people. We're gonna have question and answers, unlimited amounts of Billy Doe meats, North Star bison. I'm gonna be making all of my recipes that will be going into my cookbook, including the exclusive ones. And it's just a great time to have a tribe, to experience this animal-based carnivorous lifestyle without white knuckling. You're gonna go home feeling motivated. You're gonna go home knowing that you have other people, other friends who are like-minded. You're not alone in this. And that's my goal, is for you to be able to go and live your life optimally in a sustainable way. And it's just unforgettable. And the fellowship, the eating, the relaxation, the recovery is huge. There are so many breakthroughs that happen during these retreats. There are so many conversations that you'll never forget that will impact you in a positive way for the rest of your life. If you're interested in my next retreat, please let me know by commenting down below or emailing me at rebecca@tailoredketo.health, and I will send you the info.